You guys voted for it, and here we are filming a video that I've never done before on this channel, and that is a manga unhaul. Hello friends, happy Friday. I'm so very excited you're here, even though I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done a manga unhaul. I've unhauled plenty of manga before, but I've never actually done it on my channel. I know that people really enjoy them, so hopefully you enjoy this, and if you do enjoy it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up because then I will consider doing more in the future when I decide to get rid of more manga. Now, originally, if you haven't followed me on Instagram or Twitter, which the links are down below, I originally was going to be doing a manga unhaul, or I asked you guys, I did a poll, and I was like, hey, would you guys be interested in me doing an unhaul because I want to sell some manga to get some Senpai plushies made. Here's the thing. I don't even know where to start here, but last week I had a really abnormal week in that I had like a week's worth long of headaches. That is very, very odd for me. I usually don't have headaches at all, and to have like even a migraine and then just for it to be all week was really, really hard. So if you were wondering why, like, Lara, why didn't you do a video talking, like wrapping up the Fine Gun anime like the manga that I read? And if you're curious about what I'm talking about, here's the video that talks about like what the video series was. I was planning to do that, but I couldn't film because I couldn't focus. Like any kind of screen time was just a big no. So during that time, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been on a no buying manga ban. I was doing really good until last week, and I bombed. I bombed hard, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I bombed really hard. In fact, spontaneously, I was like, you know, I really want to collect this out of print series. And if you're curious what that series is, that is From Far Away. This is like a really old title, and it's very, very hard to find and expensive to find. I found these two for a very good price. I was really excited because volume one's pretty expensive in itself, but somebody accepted my really low offer. I was like, we're just gonna see what they say. And I was so shocked they accepted it. So with that said, I have been slowly buying these volumes if they are affordable. I'm not willing to pay like triple the price, but I'm willing to pay double. I will admit I was willing to pay double. And so because of that, I also have volume 2 coming and volume 3. Or volume 4, I have a random volume 10 that I found for super low on Pango Books. Shout out to Marg at Marguerite's Manga for telling me about that. Even though I'm like, I'm not even there. I'm like, we're just gonna go and grab it because all the other copies are like $90 and up. With that long ramble aside, my Senpai plushies, unfortunately, I cannot get since I got these and well, not just these, but with these and extra manga, well, yes, extra manga I got, if I'm honest. And then buying a Senpai pen that I found that was on sale. My Senpai plushies that I was so desperately wanting, I will have to put on hold. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but I'm really, really excited to have these first 3 volumes. I have volume 2 coming from Takara Cafe. So excited to read the series. I have read a little bit. Like, this is my kind of shoujo manga. Like, this is my manga. This is my jam. I'm so very excited. Oh my goodness. So that is why I'm having a manga unhaul. Originally I said it was for the Senpai plushies, but then I got carried away last week and I bought other things that I probably shouldn't have. Should have just been patient, but guys, when I get excited about things, I am very impulsive. Or if like my inspiration is very, very strong and overwhelming, I'm impulsive. I'm very impulsive. So let's go ahead and dive in. Like I said, with that ramble aside, I will say I only have 3 shoujo volumes. I'm not getting rid of my shoujo volumes, like series that I have, at least not currently. I don't have any plans to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do those first. The rest are shonen or seinen. So let's go ahead and kick us off. And oh, wait, hold on. I do want to say all of these series that I have read, I did enjoy and I do love them. I am slowly growing, I feel like, as a manga collector, I guess, in that I have this bad habit of like, if I watch the anime and I love the anime, I want to get the manga. But some of these, I love and adore the anime so much, but I'm not, how long it's sat on my shelf, I'm not picking up and physically reading it. So none of these series are series that I hate. You're not going to see me bashing any of these. Some of them are very special to me for certain reasons, but I'm running out of shelf space. I'm trying to be mindful, and if I'm not going to be picking it up anytime soon, I'm like, it sadly has to go. So now we can officially start. And so starting with the shoujo, the first series is Springtime by the Window. I do have a video review up on this channel. I really enjoyed this cute, like, short series. I don't know if I'm going to come back to it, though. That was the only thing. It does have a little bit of damage a little bit, but like I said, I enjoyed it. I really loved this couple here. I sort of wish things would have unfolded a little bit differently, and that was a little bit more romantic. That's the one thing I wanted. I wanted more romance. But so even though I really enjoyed this series, I just didn't know if I would come back to it, and I haven't talked about it much recently, so I decided it needs to go to a new home that I hope that somebody will just enjoy it just as much as I did. It's a very cute, wholesome shoujo manga that I really, really enjoyed. For my last one, for my last shoujo, it is Yona of the Dawn Volume 8. Now, I'm not getting rid of any of my Yona of the Dawn volumes. Like, no, those are mine, and I'm getting the reprints. I was very adamant about that in my Yona of the Dawn review. This was sent to me, like, I had double copies, and so I was like, since I didn't order this from, like, Amazon, where I could, like, go return it, I was like, I don't know what else to do with this. So this is a brand new copy. I haven't read or anything. I already had, well, I got, I said the other volume 8. So, yeah, I'm just gonna sell this, I guess, because I was like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't need 2 copies of Suwon, even though he looks awesome on this cover. So that's the only reason that Yona of Dawn is in this pile. I was like, I'm not getting rid of Yona. I was like, I need people to know that. Now we're officially going into the shonen, and so starting up, I have Demon Slayer Stories of Water and Flame. If you guys have seen me share recently in a few different videos, I think I'm deciding not to read Demon Slayer, and my husband actually binge read all of Demon Slayer, but it's all on the Viz Media app. We plan to keep our box set. But I got this for Rengoku, and I did enjoy this volume. I think I gave it like 4 stars on Goodreads, but I just decided that if I'm not going to read the series, and my husband's not going to read this because he basically only reads on the Shonen Jump app, I was like, I'm going to give it to somebody else that hopefully will love it and appreciate more than I do, rather than just sitting on my shelf and not getting any love. It's very good. I love this story with Rengoku. I love getting the backstory of these guys, but it's just been sitting there very lonesome and very sad. And if I use like any pictures of the manga, or if I use any of the volumes from Demon Slayer for like pictures on Instagram, I use the actual like volumes from the box set, because I like this one, but I like the original covers better. I was really on the fence with this short series that's coming up, and that is Dive. I have a video review of this one as well if you want to check it out. This series was like the right time at the right place kind of thing. It touched me and impacted me so very much. I cried at the end. I keep meaning to watch the anime, but I have not gone back to pick this up again. It's just one of those series that I'm like, I love it, but somebody else needs to read it and hopefully enjoy it just as much as I did. The message was great. I have read like your typical sports shonen manga. I have no problems with that because I love my sports shoujo or shonen manga, but this is very, very good. I really wrestled with this just because of the message and the impact it had at me at the time that I read it, but it's definitely good. And like I said, it has an anime. I think it's on Amazon Prime though. So I'm just like, well, if I want to visit these characters again, then I'll go and actually sit and watch the anime. This is another one I was on the fence, and that is Zelda Twilight Princess. We got this because just our family was super into Zelda, and we're still into Zelda, but like I feel like we got this sometime around when Breath of the Wild released, and yeah, it's just sort of sat on our shelf. Like nobody has expressed interest of picking it up, and I've been hesitant to let my kids read it because I did hear it does have occasionally like random weird things of violence, considering I guess how low-key the series is. And I was like, that went back to Demon Slayer. I'm like, if I can't handle the violence in that, then I'm probably not going to be able to handle the violence in this. So I just decided to let it go, let somebody else, have it and really enjoy it and love it, because the art is really pretty and the covers are amazing. Like every time I see new volumes in this series, I think they release really slowly, but man, they are just so amazing. They're really, really good. So hopefully whoever gets this, I hope that you love it and enjoy it and can appreciate and Link looking super cool and just being super awesome, because he just is. This is another series that none of my volumes are going, and that's Haikyu volume 26. Oh, I got 2 of these. Actually, the original package, which I think was this one, was lost, and I requested another one, and then they sent it, and then I was just stuck with this one. So, like I said, Haikyu, that ain't going nowhere. That stayed on my shelf as well. Haikyu and Yona are definitely like ones not going anywhere. So I'm just selling and the spine on this guy's is so horrible. Like that's the only thing. I haven't read or anything. And look, Natsu. Oh, I love them. But yes, so this was just a random extra copy that I had. Haven't read or anything. The spine looks so horrible though. Sorry. It bothers me to no end. It bothers me, but Haikyu 26. This has definitely sat on my shelf for a while, and that is My Hero Academia volumes 20 through 23. I got this as a Christmas present for my husband a long time ago. We had just finished watching all the current seasons at that time of My Hero Academia, and he's like, I want to know what happens next, and I bought it, and he never read it. He never read it, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna read it, I'm starting at volume 1. I'm not starting at volume 20. And I was like, I talked to him, I'm like, it's gotta go. I'm like, he's like, yeah. He's like, I don't have any plans to read it. If he does read it, I know he'll read it on the Shonen Jump app because he just really prefers reading digital manga over physical manga. I don't know why. That's just how his manga binging thing has been, because he's like binge read like 3-4 series, but they've only been digital only. So I think it's cool. But these are unread. They look actually in really good condition. Well, they do, I think, have some yellowing, and that's just because they've sat on my shelf for like so very long. But yeah, never been read. They've been in a few photos, especially this green one, because I didn't have that many green manga covers apparently. But yeah, My Hero Academia. Oh man, this is a series I was super on the fence about, and that is My Senpai is Annoying, volumes 1 through 8. I'm selling all of the volumes that are currently out. I have not technically sat down and read them, so I would say they're new to like new condition. That's hard, because it's sort of like, Laura, why are you selling a series you never read but you've been collecting and keeping up on? And the reason I decided to, this is a colored manga, okay, and that was part of why I got it. But these have at the higher price tag. They're $15 per volume. Like I said, I've really enjoyed what I have read of this series, but with some of the people I know who really enjoy the series, they've mentioned they've been a little bit frustrated with the lack of romance developing, especially since it's about to be 9 volumes. And so since I'm trying to be more mindful of what series I'm collecting, I was like, I think this one, it's gonna go. Well, I don't think it is gonna go, but when I was deciding, I was like, I think I'm gonna sell it, because I'm like, I'm not willing to keep paying $15 for a new volume every few months if the romance is not developing like as fast as I want it, because I feel like I definitely love comedy and it can carry it, but I need my romance. I need my romance. I feel like there's a few exceptions where I'm like, okay, I don't need the romance. It's okay. Yona was definitely one of those exceptions for a long time until later on, but I'm not gonna say I didn't feel it was worth it, but I just felt that I know me. I'm gonna want the romance. And that was part of why I got really interested in the series, is because I heard that it did have a romance. And if it's not developing as fast as even the people who really love the series, then I'm like, I've gotta let it go. So this is volume 1 through 8 of My Senpai is Annoying. The covers are so cute and the story is funny. I mean, it's definitely not one like that I disliked at all. For the price tag, I was like, I've got to let it go and just put it to other series that I know that I'm loving a lot more, since, none of us have money trees, even though that'd be super nice and we could just get all the manga that we want. But that unfortunately is not the case. So I decided in the end to go ahead and let go of My Senpai is Annoying. The other big series I decided to let go, that this one was so hard, is The Way of the Househusband, volumes 1 through 7. I love the anime. I laugh so much, and I will say that our main guy here brought so much comfort, especially this volume 7, brought so much comfort to me when it came to basically a career change. I will always love this story, because it just encourages me that, when your life looks different than what you expected, it doesn't mean it's worse. It doesn't mean it's bad. You still can find joy in being like a house husband. So not that mine necessarily had to deal with being a housewife, but it was so encouraging. So I really love the anime. I'm so excited that we're getting a season 2. I know not many people enjoy it, but I loved it. It was great. I laugh every time. It is such a great story. But this was one that I was like, well, I'm picking up the manga because I adored the anime, and they've just sat on my shelf. And so I was like, I don't want this series just to sit there. Despite that, when I see it, it does make me happy, and it's just great. I don't know. It's really encouraging to me, like I said, personally, and will definitely be one of those series that I just hold close. But I did decide to let this series go and just hope that somebody else will love it and read it and just appreciate it more than me just admiring it every once in a while, because I'd say if I want to read it, then I can go to my library if they have it. But also I'm like, I can just read the anime, because the anime is such a faithful adaptation of the manga, and it's just so great, and I love the voices. It's just really, really good. I really enjoyed it. So volumes 1 through 7, I decided to let go of. And for my last and final one, this was also a gift to my husband, and that is Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt. I thought he would really enjoy this because he really enjoys Gundam, but I don't know, he just did not connect with this one. I'm not even sure if he actually finished reading it. I think when it comes to Gundam, he'd rather watch it than read it. And so he was like, you know, he actually suggested like, hey, why don't you sell this one? Because he's like, I don't plan to read it anytime soon. So here we are. This one has been definitely out on the shelf for a little bit as well. Has a little bit more minor yellowing. The covers of this series are amazing. I did try reading it, but I don't know. I'll admit, I am not a huge Gundam fan because I don't like when my characters die. And you know, if you watch Gundam, somebody's dying. It's probably going to be a lot of people that die. Nobody is safe from death in Gundam whatsoever. So Gundam is one of those, like, I have to be in the mood and I have to be okay with like getting attached to a character and then dying later on. Like, I have to accept that. So I don't watch Gundam often. Now I will say with that new Gundam series that's coming out, I can't remember, it's like the Witch and the Mercury or something like that, but that new Gundam, I watched that prologue. Oh my goodness, I was a hot mess. I cried at the end of that. I've seen that prologue twice now, or prelude, or whatever you want to call it. Man, it hits in the feels. If you haven't seen it and you're a Gundam fan, you should go watch it. It's very, very good. I'm actually very interested and excited to see where that series is going to go, and it's probably the only Gundam that I've actually, hopefully, maybe will actually keep up with. But anyway, we're talking about the Thunderbolt. So this is one that I'm also letting go. Wasn't bad or anything. I guess my husband just prefers the anime. And that is all of the manga that I am unhauling this time around. I will leave, like, if you're interested in buying anything, I'm not going to put them up probably on Macari or Pango Books right away. So I'll leave all of the prices down below. If you decide like that you would like to buy it, I'll leave what to do down below because I haven't decided as of filming this video how I was going to do all that. But unfortunately, it's first come, first serve. I super appreciate you watching. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up because I don't know how I did with this manga unhaul. Hopefully I did okay. Maybe as the question for today, what is a manga that maybe you recently got rid of, not because you hated or maybe because you did, but you decided to get rid of it for whatever reason. I would love to hear what you decide to unhaul. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!